This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yes, people, this is Man United we're talking about. I kind of forgot to redirect over like a silly little bastard that I am. But anyways, make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be here for about half an hour talking about all this fake news. Fake news. You know, I think we should learn over many, many years of Manchester United anyways. If my mic decides it wants to stop doing this madness, look, I put it up and it just falls right back down. And there you go. That's extra tight. That's what she said. Anywho, all this fake news going around United's way, we should expect this. And Sporting are using our name to brief all these outlets, and I said it in Neverfell as well, to get the price up. You know, exactly what they want for Arsenal. We've had this for so many years. So it's nothing new, is it? And I don't really want to get sucked into that. That's why I was saying I don't believe none of it. At this point, I feel like when it comes to any players in future that's linked to obviously a player in Portugal anyways, we shouldn't listen to none of them. They're all rubbish. All of them are rubbish. You tell me anyone that's credible over in Portugal. Record Portugal, crap. Ojogo, crap. Bola, crap. You know, anyone that's even a journalist that's in Portugal, sorry to rubbish your career, but you're shit. So on that note, I don't really want to hear about it no more. If it's not credible, what's the point? Every single time, like, to be fair, I'm not even sold on Gyokeres no more because I'm not gonna lie, and I don't know how. I don't know how credible this part is. It could be bullshit, and it probably is bullshit. Yeah, that guy, Maze Football. If Gyokeres' dad is crying over a transfer, keep him away from my club. That is no. Grown men crying over transfers, legit over his son, who's probably changed lives. I don't want to hear about that, man. Crying in mid-August. Your dad, yeah, you're wet, man. In a bit. I don't want to hear about it no more. You know what? Let me switch mics. I'll change to this mic. Anyways, I'm not trying to see that. But yeah, Gyokeres to Arsenal is pretty much a whole guarantee. I don't see any way where United come back in for him and even attempt to hijack bid. I personally don't see it. I don't really want it no more. And just move on. Anyone that's pretty much priced over the, I would say over 60 million? 60 million? Yeah, I'd say about that. I don't think United can actually go for it. The only one I feel like United might do that for was the Gyokeres, but I don't think United will go above that for the likes of Ollie Watkins. We've got quite a few striker targets. Even Jackson's been quoted at dumb prices. Benjamin Sesko's been quoted at dumb prices. It's just all bollocks. So I don't find where that's going to happen at all, and I just want it to be shut down already. You know, United are looking for a new striker. It's easy to link our name. Every single transfer window, it's nothing new, is it? So, anywho, make sure you keep smashing the like button. If you lot haven't done so yet, then amazing. If you haven't subscribed, then, well, what you doing? You might like what you want to hear. I don't know. Why are we not going in for Mateta? Crazy stuff. I don't know. You know, United's, from what I've seen online, is pretty much exactly what you've seen online. I'm not going to say I've heard anything because legit I haven't. But exactly what you're saying, Lalali is saying, a fake news spin. You know, United. Has anyone actually noticed? Every time Gyokeres gets spoken about, it's always on a Sunday. Always on a Sunday. Oh yeah, and I've seen this. Lammens, did Fabrizio say something about Lammens in his Did someone say it? Big up Pito in the chat. Can someone get me the actual quote of what Fabrizio said? We could watch it together. Should we watch it together? We could watch it together. Get me Mateta or Watkins. I don't want Asmus to be our main striker. I don't think he's going to be. You know what? Oh, actually, you know what? Even off of yesterday, considering we're going to be talking about the striker, I don't see how Rasmus is in the plans. If you notice, there's 2 teams yesterday. Did anyone clock? So Amorim put out for me what I'd suggest in the first half. He put out like the better, like the more of the what in his mind more of the first team defense, but a mixture, Delict, Mazarawi, and all that, and putting Luke Shaw because otherwise we might suffer. Considering the second half defense when he had Euro and Heaven with the likes of Maguire, I reckon that's what he might have in mind as the first team defense going into next season. Considering Maguire got only 15 minutes, tells me Delict's kind of like the starter. In the midfield with Bruno Fernandes, he put Casemiro there, see how it goes, kind of mix it up. And then you put Kobe Miner in the guard who look a lot better. So I can see that being a bit of a mix. But when it came to the up front, he did put Toby Collier there. He didn't want to put it all there, but he put Cunha and Chido Obi. And in the other one, he put Mason Mount with the youngster, Mantato and Hoyland. Typically, that doesn't spell that you're going into the first team. Because if we go off lots of pre-seasons, eventually the first team on the first half become the first team that's going into the season. So yeah, it's a bit mad. Yeah, Saeed, fake news, my brother. Fake news. I didn't buy into it whatsoever. You know what? A part of me thought, could it be? But it's just, when one outlet come out one after another, they all came out in record timing. Never that. Not for me. It's just, no one could even tell me what the bid was. They hide. Oh, they submitted a bid. Okay, that they submitted a bid. What's the value of it? Come on, man. Stupid. The problem is all these shit journalists spewing out tons of fake news. I mean, you know what? Of course it is. And then we can, as content creators, me, Saeed, or anybody else, we can only just give our opinion on it. We're not journalists. We do hear certain things. Of course we do. Once you're in there a little bit more than others, there's information that's filtered down. Not that it's credible or correct, but more time than less. But no one's trying to be an ITK out here like Grizz. So, again, it's easy to see. I think fans have learned as well. I think we've all learned as like a footballing community who to trust, who not to trust, who your journos are, or whoever is not really your tier ones. It's just, again, it's nice to see that fans can see this as bullshit. You can see what's the aggregators. You can see that what's bollocks. You can see who you can say, you know what, he must know a thing or two. But, Fabrizio mentioned Manchester United quite a lot in his latest YouTube video. So, okay, you know what? On that notice, then we should have a little look. I can't, you know what, yeah? I can't lie, Saeed, I've had a howler. I thought, I've done this a couple of times, by the way. I thought I redirected myself. There was like 1,600 people watching Never Foul earlier, and I forgot to redirect over to Cass. I'm a fucking idiot, but it's nice to see that in 10 minutes there's about 250 people in it. So it's a little learning curve to say, oh, let me see what the community's saying. Benjamin Shesko is one of the names mentioned internally in recent weeks at Manchester United. I don't mind Shesko, but I just don't like the price. I really don't. I can see what Amorim likes about him. Someone that runs in behind, has got a lethal shot on him. I wouldn't say majorly clinical in front of goal in a 1v1, but you can see the attributes. But you can see the attributes of everyone that we kind of link towards. Fab Bomber. Why are you laughing, Twinny? I don't like this. All right, let me have a little look. Understand. Yeah. All right, cool. You lot's credibility is on the line. You lot's credibility is on the line. All right. All right, let me change this. I'm changing it. All right, cool. I don't get this, though. All right, cool. I've changed it. Man United shock move for Lammens. Calm. All right, cool. It's done. All right, cool. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say this nice and early. I'm gonna say this. I don't get this. I don't get this, because we got told that we're going in for a striker by Fabrizio, by the rest of them, that, you know, we're going for a striker before anything else. We got told we're going in for a central midfielder weeks ago after the striker. And all of a sudden, maybe it's because of the Nana injury, all of a sudden, Emi Martinez now dubbed too expensive, whatever. And all of a sudden, we're going in for a goalkeeper. Now, let's have a little look at this guy. Because all I've been told is that this guy, why are we not going in? Why are we not going in for him? It says right here, do you not want me to share it, or do you want me to say it? Do you want me to say it? You know what? I'll share it. I haven't exactly done a lot of sharing recently. So, all right, cool. I don't really like doing it on it. I like just doing it like this. Share screen. Oh, you know what? You lot can see it for yourselves. I don't want to ruin the quality or look on my video. I don't want to look like everybody else. It says here, Manchester United made initial contact to be informed on the deal conditions for 23-year-old goalkeeper Lammens. Royal Antwerp goalkeeper among main names of Man United list if they just... Whatever, man. It's not a bomber, man. It's not a bomber, man. Brother, it's not a bomber, man. What are we doing? You lot got me gassed for no reason. I just wanted a new... I just wanted a new goalkeeper. Yeah. Brother. All right, cool. Let's break this down. Let's break this down. Man United have made contact for Lammens, as Ben Jacobs said 2 days ago, by the way. 2 days ago. We just lost down Richard Rios at Love. Right. Let's break this down. United are interested. Overall, Manchester United are interested. It says here, this is the part. That's all you have to see. Among main names on Manchester United list, if they decide to go for a new goalkeeper this summer, they're saying he's 17 million. It's not a bomber. It's not a here we go. Bollocks. Cool. Other than that, it does say here, where is it? All right, Richard Rios, here we go. Antwerp goalkeeper send Lammens. Yeah, look, Ben Jacobs retweet as well. Apparently they've already taken place. I feel like the energy around this whole goalkeeping situation is that we're going to definitely explore for a new move. What's this about Vinny Jr.? Vinny Jr. demanding that. I don't give a damn about that. Hey, Ches, where you at? Ches, where you at? One sec. I have to do this. Where's the chat? It says here, Chelsea is still showing an appreciation for Alejandro Garnacho. He also said Man United expect to go for a striker. One of the names being mentioned internally again is Benjamin Sesko. We have to wait and see what happens with the outgoings, and then that's pretty much about it. And also Mbumo signed his contract, 5+1 years. He's already completed his medical. Now can be considered a new Manchester United player, which is lovely. I mean, it is lovely. Forget Rios, and here's a Douglas Luiz update. And I'm going to talk about that as well because it's the whole midfielder situation. Matteo Moretto has only mentioned Douglas Luiz in the same breath as Everton, and he said to keep watch out for Nottingham Forest, but he's keeping his options open. So yeah. Laura Castle, no, stop it, Ron. Stop here. Your name, you're still showing appreciation. What are we doing, man? Yeah. No. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Let's talk about this goalkeeper. So Lammens, I'm gonna have a little look at this guy because all I've been told by you lot in the chat, and by the way, I'm gonna trust a lot of you lot. You talk about Lammens high regard. I want to see what he's about. I haven't even seen a compilation. I don't know what he is. All I know is that Anana should not be in the net come the start of the season. He's been dubbed the new Courtois. So if he's the new Courtois, let's have a little profile scan of him. Why not? Cool. Let me see how tall he is. Lammens. Goalkeeper. Sen Lammens. He's got a bad boy name, to be fair. 1.93 meters. That must mean he's about 6'4". So he's not exactly Courtois then, is he? Tall goalie. Let's check this FB ref out. That's what I'm going to share with you lot. All right, Sen Lammens. Let's check his view complete scout report. I'm going to share this. Let's go. Because that's all we got. That's all we got. Look, with goalkeepers, I say this though. With goalkeepers compared to outfield players, you can see how good a goalie really is probably through compilations. I don't think you can see that through the likes of, I don't know, fullbacks and everything. It's always going to, don't get me wrong, it's always going to show the good clips. But because there's so much going on in terms of outfield, your passing, your technique, your kick, I don't know, your shooting, defending, whatever, there's so much to cover. I don't feel like you can actually cover all of that in a compilation video. With a goalkeeper, really and truly, I need to see some bozo moments. I need to see some of the goals conceded. But for me, it's, again, goalkeeper, all you got to know is, let's see what his distribution is like. Let's see what his reflexes are like. And let's see what his position is like. And then you can kind of go off of that. It's not much to really cover. So you can get a decent idea. Let me have a little check. Did you just send me something, Ridwan? Data MB. All right, let's have a little check. Ooh, different leagues though. I see this. I'm gonna share both charts then. Why not? All right, let me just get this all set up properly. What are the likes on? The likes are on 87. The likes are very, very emotional. They're very emotional. Have you liked this video? It's a quick yes or no in a poll, just as a reminder. All right, share screen. I'll keep talking. All right, let's have a little look at this. Complete scout report, right? This is his... Oh, there's a lot of greens already. Right, hopefully you lot can see this. Can you lot see this? This is all good for you lot, yeah? Calm? Is this all calm? I don't need... You don't need to see my face, do you lot? No? There we go. That'll do, right? Cool. I'm not used to sharing. So, all right, it's goalkeeping because we can't really see much else. What the flip? All right, there's a lot of greens. All right, shots on target against. All right, cool. He's saving a lot. It looks like he's got it. From this, he looks like a good shot stopper. 81.3% save percentage. That's fine. Clean sheets, though. Ooh. Maybe Royal Antwerp's got defense ain't that great. A lot of draws. So clearly they're not that. They don't lose a lot. All right, cool. Penalty kicks attempted. What do you mean attempted? Penalty kicks allowed, saved. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, we got a penalty. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know how many penalties he's up against in the season, so we got a bit of a Vanya. We basically got another Kratos situation. He must be good at saving penalties. He actually might be a little bit of a Courtois then. Right. Passing looks a little bit like he doesn't do a lot of that, but I've seen his feet, to be fair, and it doesn't seem that bad. I'm not really fussed about what he can do with his feet. Oh, that's the one. 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 Cool. Commands his area. There's not, and you know what? That's all you're going to get from that. There's a lot of greens. There's a lot of greens. All right. That's our scouting done. So what have we really got from that? He's a good, he can save penalties. He commands his box quite well. And he's got a good shot percentage save. So maybe he is that. I don't know anything about his distribution. If anyone's got any links for me, please share them. Let's see what Data MB is saying. All right. I've got this thing on Data MB here. All right. Let's have a little look. Share screen again. According to this, his graph is definitely better. Oh my God, he's outperforming Emi Martinez by a flipping mile. Considering the leagues, though, Emi Martinez seems to go long quite a lot, so he's not like he's a long distributor. Maybe that's just the way they play in Belgium. Aerial duel is pretty much the same, and Emi Martinez is very good at that. Save percentage, well, he's all right, cool, blah, blah, blah. Something that we basically everything that we don't need to know. And he's played about 500 more minutes. Fair play. All right. All right, cool. If he's baby Courtois, then run it. Go for it. If he's 17 million, I think it's a steal at this point. He's better than Fabian Barthez. That's a throwback name. Vitek is taller than him. It's not, yeah, but he's only 2 inches. Come on, he's still tall. He's 6'4". I mean, I would like to see a little bit of Vitek in the preseason. Did Vitek actually did he actually come on preseason with us? I'm pretty sure he got included. Did he get included? Man United remain very active on the striker and goalkeeping position, two crucial parts of this. What about a centre mid, man? What about centre mid? Come on, man. About keeping active. Do these not understand what we're missing in the middle of the field? Absolutely. Who's running this? Who is saying that we don't need a centre mid? I'm telling you now, yeah. Man United need a central midfielder more than a flipping striker and a goalkeeper. I feel like we're not even going to sign one at this point. I'm not crashing out, but why is there no movement about a flipping centre midfielder? I mean, today we got linked again, by the way, again, if you want to know that. Yeah. We got fake links to Gyokeres trying to tease with us. He's like, you're trying to tickle my balls or something, right? And now we're getting linked with Edison yet again. You know, it's all talked about considering. Edison considering. Love for that. Rios is gone. I see that, Solomon. He's gone. The here we go's done. It's done. So we're missing out on someone. I feel, you know what? Maybe he's a little bit too attacking and he likes to be in those sort of areas. But I saw yesterday, yeah, don't tell me that Richard Rios wouldn't suit. I saw Casemiro up the field. I saw Bruno Fernandes up the field. We were pushing our line to the halfway line. You can see we can't get close to none of these players that got decent technical ability and young legs. Come on, man. Someone up there's got to be looking at this central midfield and think it's either you're super relaxed or we're just not looking at one. I hear it. Anana's a scrub. He's a scrub. But our central midfield is worse. It's so much worse. I don't think the goal. I'm going to be real though, James. I don't think the striker is going to. I think that's going to be the most difficult one out of all of them. I think a goalkeeper is straightforward. I don't mind that. If they've got, look, if you save 17 million from Rashford's wages, then sure, you could probably stack that on Lammens. Lammens is probably on something like 5-10 grand a week. He's on something stupid. You could just run that up. That's easy. It's easy fees. But again, the center of the field, yeah, is something that we need in preseason now. We need to see how we're going to operate when we're pressing. The pressing game yesterday, bar the first set of players, the second set of players were much better. Like, just having that, you know what? I really like Kobe Minu in the 8, but I'm not trying to look at him as he's like a brand new midfielder. Do you know what I mean? Toby Collier, when he got put back a little bit more on the wing and then he kind of covered the central area a little bit more, we look so much more better. That's why United got more into the game in terms of what, around 30, I think it was around a 30 odd minute. Like we started closing them down, getting trapped. I loved it. I liked it. Small. Everyone's a little bit rusty. I hear it. And we haven't exactly had as much of a preseason as Leeds. We haven't had no behind closed door games, nothing. But the second half of players, all you got to provide is a little bit of athleticism, right? You know, I'm not saying Kobe Minu is the most athletic, but yesterday he looked really athletic. I'm not going to cap. Same thing with Ugarte, Yoro, Fredrickson, Heaven. It's just whenever it went up front, the front three were horrendously shite that can't even keep the ball going. Dorgu had a good game though. It's not a bomber though. But you're telling me there's another bomber. There's no way he's dropped something else. Back to back to back. Now he's just talking about they've made the initial contact. I mean, look, it's positive news. I mean, if you want Onana to be gone straight away and someone to come in, take the reins, he's got apparently, you know, when it comes to data, it suits what Amorim likes because he fishes through a lot of data, and so does Wilcox. You know, United are trying to build a whole new database, which has been long overdue, and United don't even have one. It's so outdated. You know, we see him in Ten Hag. They were looking at data back from 4 years ago, and we revamped that whole. And I hear it. If he's hitting metrics, you're looking at how he's going to perform, the next best upcoming thing. I mean, personally, for me, I would be a hypocrite if I said that I'm all for it. Because I always said I feel like United can't really do with a young goalkeeper in case of inconsistencies. I don't even know how long Lammens has had in the footballing game of men's football, whether he's had 2, 3, 4 years or he's just come in and he looks good after one season. You know, I still feel like United need a little bit more experience. Hence your Vanya Milenkovic-Savic, aka Kratos, aka what's it called? A ball man with a beard. Someone of that stature, giant. Do you know what I mean? Land of the Giants. He's like 6'8". So I want to get around that, but if let's see how it works out. Let's see how he does. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I feel like we're looking at like another Petrovic situation. I think Petrovic is actually a really good goalie, and I don't feel like Chelsea are giving him enough opportunity as of yet. But it feels a little bit like that. I know he come from like New England, something over in America, I believe, or along them lines, but it feels a little bit Chelsea-like with that scouting. And you can see where the inconsistencies in Chelsea games came from. We still got young defenders. I mean, we've got a lot more experience than them in the back line, but it's a little bit fishy. You know what? I said I'd take Trafford because you know what? It's the same thing when it comes to, all right, it's the same thing when it comes to up front. I'll take anyone over Højlund because I'm that frustrated of seeing a dusty striker. Yeah, I'm in that zone with Anana as well. He's that rubbish. I've had enough. Big up a gal for the rain. Much love, man. I didn't even know he was live. I forgot to even raid myself, so that's a blessing in itself. So anyone that wants to come through, make sure you smash the damn like button. Nice to see that a couple hundred people came over. So I think about that, or 150. So love for that. Appreciated. Sesko or Jackson? I'm gonna be honest, Dan. I think I take Jackson over Sesko. I'm not mad. I'm not all for Sesko. I mean, I'd rather call him Wani, but we'll see. Because the list that it's looking like, just through reports, is cool. I think Ollie Watkins, due to what Fabrizio said last week, I think he's up there. Yeah. I think it goes Watkins. I think the second option, I feel like United would try to explore for, I can't lie, I think it is Sesko, you know. And then I think it goes the likes of Jackson and Kolo Muani. And I don't know why we're not seeing someone like Mateta. But if you see any, you know, if you're talking about the differences between a lot of these players, they kind of play all the same, you know. Like they all want to run in behind. They got decent link up. Jackson's got the best link up out of all of them by far. They're not the greatest finishers in the world, but I can see what they want. They want someone to do the channels. But I would rather, I know a lot of you lot don't like Jackson, and I'm not his biggest fan because of his finishing, but I prefer Watkins out of all of them. And if we don't go for Mateta, then it's a howler. But I feel like that's Man United striker list. There's not much going on. So when I see, you know, Ekitike or Ekiteki going for 80 million or whatever he is, and then I'm seeing the likes of Gyokeres go for like 65 million, it's like, why would I want to go spend 70 million on the likes of Sesko? I'd rather do a swap deal with Chelsea for Garnacho and Jackson, or Garnacho for Watkins. It's like for like. You're still gonna have to wait for Garnacho to leave if you want to go get someone like Sesko and spend even more. We got to be real in all of our existence of being a Man United fan. This is probably the worst we've been at. We just got to be realistic. Jackson's not exactly the most thriving striker, but none of them are. They're all crap. Let's be real. They're mid, or they're just above average. That list is super shit. The list is crap. No, he came out today. Hey, final boss. I came out today, man. Hey, Chelsea are still interested in Garnacho, man. Just someone move for him, please. I'm begging. Just hurry up. I want to see that someone's in talks with his camp. I'm desperate, man. I'm desperate. Swap Garnacho for Watkins. Absolutely. What likes are we on? We're on 145 likes, so much appreciated there. I'd take Sesko. I don't want him. You know what it is? It's if I don't think he's nowhere near as bad as Højlund, but I'm not willing to have like another 70 million pound signing go in the bin, even though he's got better players around him. I just don't really want to see it. I know he's rapid and he's fresh. I hear it. He's brand new. But the fact that he was twerking for everybody else and his agents trying to get him out somewhere because of, I don't know, let's say the Leipzig situation isn't the greatest anymore. The relationship is kind of like dwindling because he's flirting around. I don't really want someone like that. I really don't. I mean, I don't think he's that good of a finisher. I think he's got a good long shot on him. He's definitely got, oh my God, there's too much risk value for the likes of what Man United can afford, you know? I think at least with Jackson, you know what you're getting. With Watkins, you know what you're getting. And much more, to be fair, more than all of them. With the rest of them, like, who's the one? Kolo Muani, he's a cheap, there's low risk value in that. And if there's anybody else in that list, let's say, I don't know, Mateta, which should be number one for me. It's just, yeah. But let's just move this on a little bit, which is more important than a striker. In my opinion, you lot might disagree. So get your comments in and big up a gal in the comments as well. It says Sesko is a risk for you. You don't develop players well. At the moment, we don't. There's no proof in the pudding, right? So you're right. At the moment, the last how many years, we don't develop players at the moment that well. But at the moment, Euro and Heaven's development seems quite good. If you're looking at their progression as footballers, as men, you know, it looks like it's going to go somewhere. But in terms of attacking, there's a lot to prove. I see the Richard Rios stuff. Who's the ginger David Brent? Who's David Brent? We ain't getting a centre mid-cast. I know, but I can only talk on reports. I can't go more off of that. It's a shame. I do believe there's a central midfielder, but it's like it's the lowest priority. You know what? I don't exactly want to be like pessimistic with this all, but we got to get so much in at the moment. The goalkeeper might be easy. I think James said it. James said it in the chat. You know, it might be the easiest things to get at the moment, which might be the striker and the goalie. The goalie seems like the easiest, so it's a quick fix. You know, you get that done within days, let alone the striker one. I don't really want another Watkins where it takes weeks because you're haggling. Okay, let's say it is the likes of Ollie Watkins. The same thing with Mbumo. They might value him at a different price, completely different to what we value him. So if they're saying, oh, we want 55 million for him, United probably, and they've said it before already, we value him at around 40 odd million. You know, in January, he's worth 60. So how can he be worth 60 now? And he's a player that potentially he's not even wanted at the club when you tried to replace him with a John Duran. And then John Duran kind of went off the boil. You sold him off to Saudi, too good to turn down. Their whole thing with FFP when it comes to UEFA. I hear it, but I feel like a central midfielder, Richard Rios wasn't going to be on mad wages. Douglas Luiz is an option. I'm still kind of 50-50 with it now that I think about it logically. 25 million low wages. You know, Jadon Sancho money, you can put that straight there. You know, Rashford money, you could put straight on the goalkeeper. I still feel like this whole Edison thing is not going away anytime soon. And I don't know where United get the money to front that up. Because Garnacho's money is going to be used for a striker, whoever it is. Whether it's 40, let's just say 45, 50 million. Yeah. David Brent is Ricky Gervais, but I look nothing like Ricky Gervais. And I'm not even ginger, bro. I mean, my dad is. Actually, no, tell her that. My dad is strawberry blonde. Never call him ginger. He is quite fair, though. My dad, you know what? Can even call him ginger? He's barely got any hair anymore. He's not even gone grey yet. Yeah, whatever. I've got a bit of ginger beard, though. Cass, we can afford a striker without selling, FYI. Can we? No, I know, but can we, though, James? Can we? I don't know if I feel like United cash restricted, not like, I feel like United can afford, let's say, all right, 60, 70 million. I think they can do that again. But it's all about how much cash can you put up front, because some clubs might want, 3 years installments, not 4 or 5. Like Cunha one, we tried. If Cunha was a thing over 4 or 5 years, then I feel like, yeah, you know what, we got a small amount of cash to kind of go with. I just don't know what the real situation is around the whole cash. I feel like no one knows. I actually believe myself that United are lying to everyone. They want to make clubs believe that they're broke when United's never really been broke. They're just trying to be tight, which is not a bad plan. But I feel like everyone's seen through it. We know you got a bit of money. Somehow you go from, oh, sorry, I ain't got, when it comes to Mbumo, 55, it's all about the cash. I need a little bit more cash. They kind of restricted. All of a sudden, boom, you put 10 million extra on it straight away. It's like, where's that come from, man? Where's that come from? We got told that's not to do with anything to do with the sell-ons, anything along them lines. You remember, we got some sell-on fees. We got like 20 million. But in the same breath, how much is that allocated into the transfer kitty? Because I don't think it's going to be a lot, considering we got so much transfer debts going on. Is it something circa of what, 300 million? Yeah, love. It's all cap. It's all cap. The game's up. Ratcliffe, stop it. We get it. Muppet. Is Muppetiz credible? It's a good strategy, but is it a good strategy if it's been seen through? But yeah, I've got an odd feeling. We got, again, Mark Ogden today. I don't think he's that credible, considering what he said. He said it was more of an opinion piece. Like, Man United could consider still going for it. Like, that don't mean much. We haven't seen any movement from Edison whatsoever. Atalanta as well are a difficult club to deal with. They've got even actually, you know what? Haven't they got John Murto now? I'm pretty sure they got John Murto, if I'm correct. Mark Ogden, I think once upon a time was a good journalist for Man United. A good 3-4 years ago, maybe a bit longer. But these days, who listens to ESPN? Nobody. They used to be GOATs, by the way, along with Sky Sports. I just feel like they've had their time, move on. Ogden is another one that doesn't really speak well on United. Hates Rashford, by the way. Can't stand him. Now he's got his move, still being salty about it. But I do agree with one thing that he did say on, I think it was it TalkSport or ESPN, that United should use that 70 million for Rashford's wages to go on a central midfielder. But it's just who these central midfield options are. I feel like United either you go for someone like Hayden Hackney or you go get Douglas Luiz, because I don't see anybody else other than Lucien Agume, who I saw a small link with yesterday. 17 million, Hayden Hackney 20 odd million, Douglas Luiz 20 odd million. It's the same kind of bracket. So maybe, you know what, James, maybe you are right. Maybe you are right in all of this. When I'm thinking of it logically, getting a central midfielder is easy, but maybe it's just United are prioritizing goalkeeper over the centre mid. But it's so essential. If we're going to go into this West Ham game, who've got much better midfielders than ours, then we're going to get overrun again. Graham Potter likes to play a good brand of football, similar to Leeds from what we saw. So again, I don't know how many games they've had. They might be that little bit more sharp. Maybe Xerxes comes back. I don't see that. I still see the same kind of, other than Mbeumo, it's going to be the same team. And he might put Mbeumo instead with the second team and not with Cunha. We want to see him with Cunha. I want to see what happens. But regardless of getting Mbeumo, if you can't get the ball quick enough, like let's say Casemiro, because he's too busy hiding, or he looks just way off of it at the moment in terms of just natural fitness through games. If you can't fizz that ball into Mbeumo, he's going to suffer. And that's the reality. Time for Murto madness. Do you remember that, Ali? Do you remember that? Do you remember? I remember getting where is it? Ten Hag's when he got Casemiro. Everyone that's when the whole thing came in for him. That was jokes. On Twitter as the cash. He's amazing, that guy. You know what? Has he done another post? Because we know what? I like to be. If Saeed's still here, Saeed, am I allowed to be an accountant or not? Am I allowed to be one? Let's have a little look what he's saying. My only issue is when he does a proper breakdown. Yeah. Long. Oh, okay. He said this. All right, let me inform you lot. He says, I'm looking at some of the financial data for the Premier League and have come to wages paid by top clubs over the years. Oh boy, have the Glazers pulled our pants down, misleading us to think that they funded United paying high wages. Every report you see about David De Gea earning this much more than a second-highest goalkeeper or Maguire being the highest paid defender is just complete utter nonsense. Breakdown coming soon. I always suspected this to be the case. This guy's proper, by the way. He's sick. He's sick. Swedish Ramble. I'm going to put his at in right now. At Swedish Rumble. This guy. Right there. Look. You can have a little look for yourself. So if you're a Man United fan, he's top tier. He's top tier. What likes are we on, by the way? Can we get 200 likes? Oh, if we can get 200 likes, that's dope. He's going to do a breakdown. So it's like, sure, 100% we can argue about pay stupid wage, but overall, it's as much as Liverpool, and we are way behind City and Chelsea when it comes to wages paid to players. I think there's an update. He put something out a couple of years ago as well. I'm not going to read everything because talking finances gets boring. Oh, Kieran Maguire put something out last year. What did he put here? Man United 6-2. I want the full story. 25. Fucking hell, he might be right here. Okay. The 20 biggest transfer spending sums by club in the year. We're actually 7th. What? I was back in 17-18. Oh, I have to do an episode on that. It's too much to kind of explain. You just gotta go have a little look for yourself. Rios going Benfica, showing how bad Ineos are. But maybe this is all PR. Maybe it was just all coming from Richard Rios's camp and nobody else. Maybe we never actually wanted him. I'm actually, you know what the maddest thing is? I'm quite surprised another club did not pick up what's his name? Richard Rios. I'm quite surprised by that. I mean, let's be faced. He's not going to go Man City or Chelsea or anyone like that. But I'm surprised like another Premier League club didn't come in from over Benfica or someone like Inter Milan or anyone along them lines, like a top solid club. Like you'd think he would be a great pickup for potentially Napoli as well to just reassure that central midfield area. You know, so I don't know. Maybe we really weren't. It was all teasers. United should go in for Carlos Baleba. I don't think we should. One, we can't afford him. Two, it's Brighton that we have to negotiate with. And three, you might as well just go get the other Baleba, which is, for me, it's Lucien Agume from Sevilla. He costs a good, 80 odd million less than him. I would go all for him. He speaks Portuguese. You know what? It could be a good integration. So you're right. But you know what is with this one. We're not the experts on this, and I'm gonna guess that we all quite like Ineos's pickups at the moment. You like Euro, you like Heaven, Dorgu's got a lot to prove. You might not like Agate for his price, but you can see what his capabilities are. Not the greatest fan favorite at this time. You know, you look at the likes of Xerxes, fan favorite at the moment. You like Mbuma, you like Cunha. I feel like in terms of transfers, it's not sour, but we'll see what happens. Lammens, you lot told me that you like Lammens, right? Not all of you, but I mean the people that are watching, the 616 people. You told me Lammens. So let's see what he's about if we do pick him up. So I'm going to look at the central midfield area. But with the Rios one, I can just see it being in a world where he's 16 million. Sorry, he got picked up for something small, for small value. Yeah. What did he get picked up for? Was it 20, 25 million? Something dumb. So I didn't even see the here we go. So you lot can tell me. It's just one of those where maybe not United, but in a year or two when he turns 27, he's at the peak of his life. He's gonna perform. He's gonna definitely perform. You know, he's kind of similar to the likes of Mateus Nunes at Manchester City. I can actually see him doing very well. He's gonna go for about 100 million. I'm telling you now, between 80 and 100 million, that guy's gonna cost a lot of money. And it's like, well, United could have done with him. United didn't do that. I'm kind of tired of those conversations. Every year we neglect the midfield. We haven't actually I'll big up Yasser for the indirect for the raid, I believe. If he's done that. You saying that Zir. We've neglected the midfield since Paul Scholes retired. Let Carrick get old. You give him Schneiderlin, it all started by giving Schneiderlin, who was actually very good at Southampton, didn't fit what Louis van Gaal wanted, but then you also got Schweinsteiger. You know, it's been neglected. You go get Pogba and you get a Matic, whose legs were going for 1 year, and it all collapsed. And the Herrera, it's been a thing where United's needed to build not just one midfielder, probably like two or three. Do you get it? Like, you needed a good 2 or 3 players in that midfield for a long time. Ever since Pogba's gone, we haven't actually recruited anyone of note. Or Eriksen on a free. Cool, you're going to get Eriksen on a free, then go get another top midfielder on top of that. You know, Casemiro was never going to be enough. For that season, sure, but look at the age of those players. 29, 30. You got Bruno Fernandes at that time, which was 28. And it's just like, you're building an old midfield and you're paying top dollar for it. So that we got top dollar for Casemiro. It's like, again, it's not Ineos, but United needed a proper midfield rebuild for about 10 years. Remember, we signed Pogba nearly 10 years ago. When did he come? 17, 8 years ago. Stupidness when you had the money. I would never understand the philosophy of some managers. And it could be an Amorim thing. It could be a Wilcox thing. It could be, I don't know what it is, but I feel like we always need an explanation why. We all know, since whether you're playing Ultimate Team, whether you're playing football on a Sunday, Saturday with your friends, if you don't have a capable enough midfielder or 2 midfielders in your 11-a-side, or let alone 2 absolute techie ones that know how to move the ball in your 5-a-side, 7-a-side teams, you're going to suffer. You're going to have to work a lot harder, meaning you're more knackered because you can never get good control. It's true. With Leeds, they were popping the ball out, and don't get me wrong, they weren't doing a lot with the possession. But in moments when he found gaps, if you give that to someone like Chelsea, oh my word, Neto's running through on goal. Love. And it's going to be difficult to defend. So that's why it's like, it will never be a balance, especially if you're going to say, okay, cool, I'm going to keep Bruno Fernandes. Good footballer, but then you're going to have to get the complete midfielder to help Bruno Fernandes' lack of what he doesn't have in terms of ball carrying, in terms of press resistance, because you want him going further forward, not a lot deeper. You want him further up the pitch. So that's why I don't necessarily just have I just don't have the comprehension of why it's not being said that, you know, the central midfield is the most key. You'll score more goals when your centre mids are better. Simple. Football is such a simple game, but it's overcomplicated at times. A lot of the time. I don't mind a double pivot. You know, I've seen it under Conte, under Tuchel. You know, whether you've got Matic and Kante, or, you know, along them lines, or even just with two midfielders that want to run the game. I can't lie, I've seen John Stones and Rodri run games as a pivot. Do you know what I mean? He'll come out from defense, step up, exactly something similar to what Amorim wants with one of our central centre backs. You can run the game. It's just, again, it will always come down to the quality, isn't it? It always will. And again, I remember I was having this conversation earlier when saying, oh, we should switch to a 3-man midfield. Do you not want to know this? Did you not know that we actually played 4-3-3 yesterday? You're going to ask me where. I've got screenshots, by the way. I've got screenshots. We actually went into a 4-3-3. What happened was Casemiro, through the game, just changing shape, Casemiro dropped into the centre-back. Yeah? He dropped into the centre-back. Yes, we did. So don't ever tell me, because I've got screenshots and I can show them. I just haven't exactly got it updated on my... I can get the screenshot right now. Casemiro dropped in next to De Ligt, by the way. Bruno Fernandes, Toby Collier, and who's the other one? Not Mateus, was it Cunha were the three in the midfield. So don't tell me. Legit, Bruno Fernandes went into the hole by himself. Luke Shaw went left back. Diego Leon went left wing. Ahmad was right wing. And Cheetah was up front. It fluid. This is what I mean when people don't want to see it. I'm gonna get in. You know what? I'm gonna get the screenshot in a sec. One sec. Let me upload it. And this is what I'm not trying to understand. It doesn't matter who or what. No, I'm saying it didn't stay 4-3-3, but it changed in the first half to a 4-3-3. It legit went into one. I'm not joking. You saw Cunha drop deeper right near Bruno Fernandes when we were a little bit struggling. That's why Leeds struggled to create a lot more after, what, the 15th minute? When they're trying to pick pockets, it didn't happen no more. It was just playing backwards and forwards and then going backwards. Didn't really get past our defenders after that. You will see it. You will see the switch. I'm going to get it now. Where is it? Where is it? How do you go onto your... There we go. I'm going to show you. Give me a sec. It's going to be funny when I show you like this. You're going to think I'm talking shit. Love. Here we go. Thank you very much. That's all I needed. Three, two, hurry up. It's just taking ages to upload. All right. How do you do image file? There we go. Screenshots. Love. It's just uploading. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. We didn't turn to a 4-3-3 in the first half. You sure about that one? What does that look like? Yeah, it's not great. It's not great, but we had the ball, to be fair, so it's different, isn't it? You play more expansive. But look at it. All you got to do is bypass the press. But don't tell me it doesn't turn into a 4-3-3 when it did, and we got more possession. It does not matter how you dress it up. Even if you play with a 3 in the midfield of United, there's no balance. Unless you put Collier in there, a Sekou Kone, and then probably Bruno Fernandes, then that's probably the most balanced midfield you're going to get. I need to see Toby Collier and Sekou Kone in one half, and Kobbie Mainoo even. Forget Bruno, put Kobbie in there. It doesn't matter how you want to run it. Doesn't matter how you want to run it. Because the quality of player is still crap. Luke Shaw is crap. We had the ball. I think the ball there was at the... Who is it? I think did Casemiro, the right back, have it? Obviously, if you ever played football, you get pressed in the middle. All you got to do is play expansive. You saw how many Leeds players in there. and all you got to do is stretch the pitch. You saw how free Ahmad was, right? Every time, that's after the second, 21st minute, there we are. All you got to do is switch it out, and then you get a bit of a run. The issue is the quality and how quick the ball moves from back to front. The midfield doesn't move the ball quick enough. We saw it in some instances. We saw Luke Shaw do a little flick. I don't even know what he was doing in attacking mid, by the way. I had no idea, but he done a couple of flicks and we nearly got a couple chances off of it. You add another 2 quality players in there, that goes in the back of the net. But yeah, make sure you smash the likes. There's 660 people in here, 221 likes. I've had nearly an hour show. I've been waffling for nearly an hour on my own channel. I must have shit the bed, bro. I must have shit the bed. Anyways, let's see what you lot said there. Ben Jacobs, what's he said? No one cares about Josh Windass. Benjamin Shesko is back on Man United's radar, as revealed last week. Approached me 12 months ago. Nicholas Jackson, Ollie Watkins, 2 names other discussed. So nothing brand new. Okay. Oh, interesting email. I need someone to do me a favor. I need you lot to do me a favor. I'm going to carry a lot of this conversation on, but you lot are not going to like this because I want to end the stream. But here, I'm going to go on this platform right now. Don't be lazy, people. Come on, man. Tune in here. I'm going to do a few of these. I'm going to do a Q&A stuff. So it's a little bit more than just Man United. It's a little bit of everything, but football-wise. This right here. Click on this link. It will go on your Safari because they ain't got an app yet. To be fair, I'm gonna stop doing watch alongs on there at one point. So no, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna go on here. I'm gonna go live on there right now. Like legit right now. This one there. You don't even have to say nothing. Just click on it. It's there. I'm going to go over there, make a little profile. It takes 2 seconds anyways. Who cares? It gives a shit. So takes 2 seconds. Just going to go vibe over there, man. I'm not doing anything. I just need to do a little something on there. It's another platform. I do watch alongs on there for like Serie A and all that and other Premier League games. So but it's just another platform. Just click on that link. It will take you to my video. You'll see Never a Foul. You see the whole thumbnail, all of that stuff. Quick. You don't have to. But I'm going to do it for about an hour, so we're gonna just go talk on it, and I think Daps and Monts will join as well. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't know who else is live. I don't actually give a shit who else is live. Can we bless anyone? Touchline. I mean, Touchline's live, I suppose. Why not? I'm gonna go there. Safe.